Hey, I'm Jeff. We're here at the North Georgia Zoo where it is shearing time. Now, I grew up in the city, so I know nothing about shearing at all. This is my first experience here. So we brought in an expert. This is Hartwell. He is my new friend, and he knows everything there is to know about shearing. So, Hartwell, thanks for helping us today. So here's my question. Number one, I know you shear sheep, but these are the funniest looking sheep I have ever seen. What are we doing back here?
We're shearing alpaca. Alpaca are indigenous to South America, Peru, Bolivia, Andes Mountains. Got a pretty good selection of them here at the zoo though, real nice ones. We're shearing them, taking the fiber off so that they'll be nice and cool through the summer. And you know, they seem to like the cool breeze now with the fiber off of them.
Yeah. So how often do you actually shear an alpaca or a llama?
We shear once a year. We shear in the springtime. Again, so that they're cool through the summer. And in order to process the fiber, you want it to be as long as it can be, so you let them grow out for a year.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that makes sense. So when the fiber comes off, what do we actually use alpaca fiber for?
Well, alpaca fiber is a hollow cylinder type fiber. Really, it's hypoallergenic. There's no oil or lanolin like sheep wool. And it makes really good yarn for baby products, for other things that you want to wear close to your skin. Yeah. Caps, scarves, gloves, things that are warm, socks, things like that.
Oh, okay. All right. So when you're shearing an alpaca, from start to finish, how long is it going to take you to get one done?
We can usually do one in about 20 minutes. We try to do the whole job while we've got them down. Trim the toenails, trim their teeth.
So Hartwell, what you doing there?
Trimming up toenails so that they can walk. If they get too long, they start curling under like that. Makes it hard for them to walk. Just clip them back so that they're in the right shape. Kind of meets the foot. We take all the fiber off and clean them up, trim the tail and the top knot, and about 20 minutes we can do one.
I bet it feels good to them once they got all that fiber off, because they were pretty thick when they started.
Oh yeah.
And so feeling, especially on a day like today where it's so breezy, that's got to feel good for them.
Yeah, it makes them feel better. They don't have any problem. We don't hurt the animal at all by shearing them. We have a nice gymnastics mat and a good set of ties. We got a good process for getting them down on the mats. It's safe. The clippers are safe. We try to handle them just like we would our own animals. Yeah. And so, yeah, it goes pretty smoothly.
So I'm noticing that there's 3 of you guys that are working on this today. Is this a 3-person job?
Well, normally it's a 2-person job. Nicole and Amy are actually the shearing team. I'm just out for the help today since we're here local. We live here in Cleveland, Georgia. Yeah. And I normally take care of our livestock, our farm, and we have a processing mill there at Spirit Fiber Works. Okay. And so normally it's a 2-person job, but today we're kind of extra pair of hands, you know. Yeah,
that sounds, y'all are making fast work of this. How many of these guys can you do in a day?
Well, if we can do somewhere around 3 an hour, we can do, 25, a few more maybe in a day, a good day that goes pretty smooth. Yeah. Some animals, they don't mind it at all. They behave real well. Some of them, they're cantankerous. They're livestock, so they don't necessarily like to be tied down, and they make a lot of noise and act like that we're, killing them, but we're really not,
Yeah. So if I want to become an alpaca barber, how do you go about that? Do you go to alpaca barber school, or how does this work?
Well, actually, we did a shearing school at our farm quite a few years ago. A gentleman from Ohio, he teaches shearing. and he came out and did a 3-day clinic at our farm.
Wow.
We invited other farms to come out and go through the clinic with us.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a process of learning. You have to understand the shears and how they work, and you know how to change the blades when they get dull. You need to understand the anatomy of the animal, because you've got to go around and shear in places where, like especially under their arms, legs, where there's wrinkly places. You have to be careful, because you don't want to cut the animal.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Right.
So, are they ticklish at all?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
do they-
Yeah, when you start getting around the inside of their legs, around different places, kind of like us, you know, we got sensitive spots, and they want to like jerk around, So you got to be careful when you're shearing, so that, you know, you kind of understand a little bit about where they're ticklish, and, you know, and two, we try to shear the same every time.
Right.
We'll start off maybe just get the trash off the belly where they lay, and then we take the blanket off, which is the prime fiber between the shoulder and the hip, and we'll bag that, and then we take the legs and the hips, things that are just kind of seconds, good fiber but just not quite as good as the blanket, and we try to like separate, skirt it out, and bag it up according to the quality of the fiber.
Okay, so it's a very methodical process.
It is, yeah. We try to do it the same every time. You get in a rhythm. It makes things go smoother. And especially with the shearing team, they really don't even talk to each other. They just kind of know where each other's at, and they're doing what needs to be done as things progress.
Wow, wow. So I've noticed a couple of things since I've moved up to North Georgia from the Atlanta area, where there's not a lot of this going on in Atlanta that I can tell. But one of the things
we do have some clients.
Well, you probably do.
Right.
So what I'm noticing is, one, there are farms or ranches where these are actually raised, and then there are a lot of people that seem to be getting llamas and alpacas almost as pets, small homesteads, things like that. Is this a growing thing, or more and more people doing this?
It is. We've been in alpaca and llama for about 11 years.
Wow.
And there was only 2 or 3 alpaca farms in northeast Georgia when we got into it 11 years ago. Now it's really beginning to be popular. The alpaca themselves are normally pretty friendly. They're easy to handle. They don't tear the ground up. They have soft feet. They just nibble the grass. They only have bottom teeth, so they don't tear the ground up. It's an easy animal to have. Now the llama is a working animal for us. The llama actually guard the alpaca.
Oh, wow.
Because they're more aggressive, a larger cousin, and they will put their head down, charge toward a dog or a coyote, and spit and stomp and try to scare it away.
Wow.
And they are actually working animals.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Hart, thank you so much.
No problem at all.
We appreciate you coming out and doing this today, and we appreciate you sharing with our friends online about this whole process. This has been fascinating. For a city boy, I have learned so much today, so thank you so much.
Well, have a good day.
You too.